Okay, it says we're live. We'll see how this goes. Welcome to Holding Space Sunday. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I look a little, I think I'm coming down with something, which is really funny so my voice might be kind of out of it. So, a little bit of a cold coming on, I think. That's okay. You know, 'tis the season again. Anyway, for Holding Space Sunday tonight, we're just gonna keep it nice and relaxed and easy and short if we can, just because I'm feeling kind of tired. I do feel like there's been a succession of solar flares over the last couple hours, at least like 5, 6 in a row. So I think that's just going to continue through the night. Not as crazy as that big X class one, which definitely like took me out. But I'm definitely starting to feel just need to get some sleep tonight and things. So wanted to come on here and keep this nice and peaceful and easy. Do a quick card read. But really the focus that's kind of been coming up just in the things again. I always just kind of the other channelers, other readers, whatever you want to call us, that I've been observing over the last week. And it's just really coming down to us, like really spending our time outside of the normal matrix we're in. I guess normal is not the best word for it, but kind of trying to stay out of that craziness. And then tapping into the divine matrix, which came up in the reading the other day. So, part of that, though, too, is that on Earth, there are a lot of sacred spots. They've been around since the beginning of time. We revere them as, the 7 or 8 or whatever number wonders of the world. But um, they there are places on this earth that have very spiritual significance, and so I think we're just being kind of called to start attending those places. So, I mean, obviously, not all of us have the means and the way to get to those places, but my sort of like interpretation and what I'm hearing is that we need to start tending to these places in our meditations. So, the overall thing is that these are energy grids, these places, and we need to start, like attending, showing up at them, and putting our energy in there. So, how we do that, you know, is we hold space for that by meditating and traveling to these places in those meditations. So, we're going to do the world chakra alignment, which is the chakra places of Earth. But the focus is going to be in that meditation. If you feel at all drawn to one of those places, um, start to use that as your place to hold space. So, traveling there in those meditations, and putting our energy into those so that we can start to light up the grid. It's that divine matrix card. I should have dug it out, but oh, no, it's on the bottom. How convenient. It didn't go anywhere. It's the divine matrix, right? So we need to start lighting up the flower of life and the interconnectedness of the planet and the people on it. So our best way is just to, like, if I've had a lot of people say to me, like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, there's not a lot for me to be doing. And it's not. We're not supposed to be doing. We're human beings. We're supposed to be being right now. And again, I keep talking about the work. So, but you have to put the work in. So that work is just meditating. And Sam's going to come in here and see what's working for us or not working for us. And just, finding our spot. So, obviously in the meditation, it focuses on the chakras of the earth. So 7 places. If one of those resonates with you when we do the meditation, pick that as your spot and just keep trying to travel there in your meditations and see what work needs to be done there, or just even hold the space for divine energy to come in, or flipping the switch. Well, I just looked at myself on camera. I'm like, you look really tired. I've been sleeping, but apparently not well. Anyway, okay, so we're all in this together and we will be fine. So if none of those places resonate with you as we go through them, then, your next step of homework is to do some research. There's many other sacred spots all over the world. I just have been watching Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix with Graham Hancock, which is very controversial in terms of the history of Earth and where we're headed and that kind of thing. But there's many sites on that particular show that no one's ever. I was even like, never heard of that. I've been following this stuff for years and I've never heard of some of the places. So maybe take a look at that. See if one of those resonates with you, or just do some research. There's many sites on Earth in many different cultures and many different places that are very significant and are going to start to come online and be known more as we head into this new energy, right? As we're building this new energy. But I'm getting the strong message right now that we're supposed to be kind of tending to this grid and aligning ourselves to it. So yeah, just, I would say it's funny because the song we're listening to, well, that I'm allowed to like play, I don't know, I'll eventually get caught for that. I'll probably get copyrighted, but I only have 15 followers or something, so probably not. But the title track of this song is Mount Kailash. So it's that's the very end, seventh chakra of this meditation. So that's the one I most identify with. Although I have some really good interest in Mount Shasta in California. It's got some interesting things. So, okay, this is the overall card. I'm working with the portal cards tonight, just to, I feel like we're just going to be constantly in a portal of some kind. So we got Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. Yeah. So again, do I still have that matrix card up? Oh, maybe. Yeah. So it's like the divine matrix today. It's the light codes coming in. We're starting to get everything interconnected. So right now it's like we've been doing our individual work, but what's starting to happen is we're starting to like regroup and come together to light up that flower, right? We talked about that the other night. And our little petals, we're each a little petal on the thing, moving forward. So harmony in the heavens and revolution. So just knowing that this current time is, things are starting to come together, and just paying attention to those, continuing to do our work, and, sounds like funny, but being the best petal on the flower that we can be, so that once everything comes together, we understand the whole of it. All right, we're going to do 3 of each of, I just picked random cards, and then we're going to do the meditation. Okay. So the first card, which they're not in, is a tall tale. So this card for me always means we're heading into a period coming up of more information coming out. It's that whole, like, we've kind of been super big lied to. In this, like, I think if you look at it, it's sort of like a representation of like the Pinocchio energy, right? And he was always the innocent in that, but he's perched on this top hat, which is in the story, I believe, like the ringmaster of the weird boys island. We won't even get into the whole symbology of Pinocchio. But anyway, it's like you know, we've been promised and promised and promised that if we follow all the rules and we do all the things, that we can become a real boy. Um, and the thing is that, the lie is that we could have been that at the beginning of the story, the movie, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there's still stuff coming up within this next little bit of time. Um, it's a tall tale. We're perched high up on that crazy hat. Um, but just realize too, it's also like I feel like six, yeah, seven. So the Pleiades are in the background there, even though they're not in the right alignment. But oh, eight. Anyway, so you know the universe has our back as this stuff starts to come out. So it's going to happen again over the next couple of weeks. So just keep taking it in stride. And the bottom line is not to let it stray from our work then. Because we also got quieting the mind. So yeah, let's head into this lovely cosmic blossom in peace and bliss, right? So keep quieting the mind, go back to meditation, especially when this stuff starts coming in and it becomes too much, because it's probably going to be a lot for even the seasoned of us who know a bit about the ins and outs of, or we've heard the ins and outs of what we think the narrative is. But when the true narrative comes out, it's going to be tough. It's going to be jarring. So just go back into your space, quiet your mind. And then we also got perfect harmony, which for me is always about the symphony, right? And so there's not just one instrument in the symphony, it's everybody together. So we're learning how to play our part in this. So that's the thing. That keep doing your work, and let that all learn your part, play your part, do the things that are making you feel at peace, at bliss, and when you're quiet in the mind, keep doing those things, um, and keep just kind of like lighting up areas where you can, right? It's not about us getting on our soapboxes and, you know, I can spend hours on many different social media platforms and I can feel like my vibe change because there's so many narratives out there. So it's a matter of just like discerning, and because eventually I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I tap in so that I can see what the news is and what's going on, um, just so I feel informed, and then I get to a certain point. I'm like, okay, can't do this anymore. Need to just like focus on something like meditating or just being at peace by watching something, or listening to something or reading something that's much more peaceful and not dragging me down the rabbit hole. I like the rabbit hole. It's fun to go look. And that's part of that tall tale thing is, there's a lot of stuff that is in there, and we can go down there for days, but don't let it consume you to the point that you're not doing your work. That's, I would guess, like I feel like that would be our best course of action at this time. So I'm really losing my voice. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else this is. Okay. So we also got trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Whoops. Time is not running out. So again, I think that's probably where we get caught up a lot too, is we're like, I'm not doing my work. I didn't meditate today. I didn't like all the I didn't and what ifs and all of that stuff, right? It's like, it's fine. It's all happening in perfect timing. Um, Even those, like, I'm the worst at resting. Like, I am so bad at being idle. I can't be idle. I have to be doing something in it. And it's been really hard over the last couple of weeks with holidays and everything to just say, Kim, just watch a movie, or take a break and just chill out and don't have projects and things going on. Um, so in terms of the spiritual thing and holding space, it's like there's no like you're not on a deadline for this. So if you were watching this tonight and you're like, oh my god, I gotta get back on that and do that, and but then this next week goes by and it doesn't happen for you, don't panic. Like, take the moments you do get. That's what I've been doing lately, is take the moments I get. Like, um, you know, sometimes it's just 5 minutes before I go to bed, or for like today I got to sleep in a little bit, and it was 5 minutes in the morning where I just, before I was awake in bed, and I just focused on, listening to something peaceful and starting my day from a peaceful place. It sounds little and trite. It doesn't even sound trite, but it's just like all this stuff is happening. Just, you'll be guided divinely. Like, we also have that came up yesterday, I think, too, with the trust. We just have to trust the timing, trust that everything's being opened, the doors are being opened, delivered to you in the right timing, right? And then we have the child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. That's beautiful. So the interesting thing about that is, yeah, this is part of the trust thing though too, because I think we think we're just like the worker bees in this, and it's like we do have some work to do, but the thing is that we're part of the whole, that divine matrix, and we're already connected to that. It's just allowing it to kind of like, so if you look at her, she's like really in a state of peace and bliss and calm, and she's just opening up to the universe and allowing everything to flow through. So we already have all the skills. It's the Wizard of Oz, right? You always had the skills to get back home, and we do have the skills even now to just get back home. So we could click our heels together and go right now. But part of the whole thing is the journey, right? Meeting the friends, meeting the like-minded people, and learning the lessons along the way. So we might still be in that journey where we're learning. So just continue to learn, and yeah, just be at peace with it and allow it to flow. That's the big thing, is just open your heart and let it happen. I'm really losing my voice now. Anyway, we also got, your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So again, it's that thing we've been hammering on for like weeks since the end of solstice through, is be creative in terms of what you want to see, where you want to go, what you want to do. You have the canvas now. Like, even though we don't quite understand technically what new earth is, we have the ability to completely create it. So we have to spend the time doing that masterpiece, that painting, come up with that again. So creative accountability is just like, for me, that's like, be really conscious about what we're putting out. What are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you expecting, right? What is the canvas you're painting? If we're sitting there and we start painting, lower energy stuff and sadness and that kind of thing, we're just going to get it aback, for a little while. It's like, let's clear that slate, let's clear that canvas, and just really tap into our heart and paint our masterpiece. Like, it's just time again. I hope I make it through this. Don't know how I'm going to make it through a whole meditation, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to do 3 of these. This is the dream angel. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so we'll do these 3. Okay, let's see. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So, okay. These are kind of funny. What we're really getting into here is, So we got passed over loved ones, comfort, forgiveness, and support. So yeah, just really, whether you're like tapping in, and I've had some of my family coming in, passed over family, um, over the last couple of days, but just in thought and just in memory. So that is a really good sign that they're around. So, they came to lay the foundation, and I believe that we're here to finish uh, these last steps of this job. So just know that they have your back. They're here for you with comfort and support. If there's any like forgiveness that needs to happen within that family, whether it's directly with you and someone close to you in that family member like realm, or if it's like if it's like your mother and their father, or any of those things that happen within families. um it's just like, let's it's almost like say a prayer of forgiveness across the lines of the family. So that just might be, I feel like I'm specifically talking to certain people. You'll know who you are. um, it's really interesting in the picture. There's the pictures of the loved ones and incense, angels, candles. um, the thing that's standing out for me is the jewelry. There's jewelry on this altar or whatever this is, and it's just like, um, yeah, connect through those things. There's also like a war medal, right? So it's just connecting back to that family, um, and regardless of what has happened, with all the trauma that can come with family, is that like, if we just say a prayer of forgiveness, um, across the board, it feels like that healing is needed right now. So if you do want a project to work on, that's a really good one. And again, we don't have to like confront these people in person. You could write journal or letters, um, but it's just like, it's more about asking the divine to clear the karma, to heal the karma, and to have forgiveness across the lines of all family lines at this time. So we also got past life, but it's gifts and reviews. So again, as we open to this new psychic information, I feel like part of the stuff we have to clear in our karma is our past lives. So you might be getting dreams about things, and you're like, I was never there. What is that? I don't know these people in this dream. Could be on different timelines. I always feel like I dream on different timelines. It's always modern me, but people I don't know. So I never understand those dreams, but I just allow them to like work through. So work through your dreams. Um, Gifts. Use your intuitive gifts. So as soon as you get the hit of something about like, hey, you know, I just had this dream that I was burned at the stake, and it was like horribly traumatizing, and it was like a nightmare. And I woke up, and it's like, okay, I release that life. I give peace and love to that life, and now we move. So it feels like we're just clearing a bunch of karma again, which I thought, it's going to be constant until it's done, right? So, but keep doing that work. Like, that's part of our work too, is if you're not like directly drawn to go light up a grid line in the world chakra meditation, maybe just right now your like meditations are focused around clearing karma and clearing past lives and time and space. And I know that's a lot. And then it's funny because we got the last card is stairs, direction, and timing. Um, for me, this is just the time and space card, and it's, you know there's many different paths, many different stairways. It's like an MC Escher painting, right? Like, some things go up, some things go sideways, upside down, and it's like we have the ability to walk it all. But what we're supposed to be doing right now is really investigating that. So yeah, just spend the time either clearing family karma, your past life karma. And honestly, the easiest way to do those is just to do the 5-10 minute meditation, and ask right now, like it's manifestation 101. So how we clear that is just to ask for it to be cleared, and then give it over to, if your higher self is the one that's going to clear it, then that's how it works. um, and we may not know who's clearing it. It could be Archangel Michael, it could be any of the ascended masters or guides or your personal guides. So it's almost just like, you know, ask for the karma to be cleared, even if you don't know what it is, and then allow it to just be um, cleaned up and managed by your team. So I know that sounds like crazy talk, but right now that's where I feel we're at. It's just the quick, it's just paying attention to it, right? And intention. All right. So just small work, not very big. What we're going to do right now is the world chakra alignment. I picked this because, like I said, it feels like there needs to be a little bit of grid work done. So again, all of us are on different paths too. So if none of this resonates with you about clearing grids or energizing grids, or clearing karma, family or otherwise, it's just, you just might need to do a meditation and ask what your current homework is. Right? We're all still doing the homework and doing the best we can. Okay, so if you do want to do the meditation, I'm going to get you to find your comfortable spot right now. I'm just looking down at Sam. He's got his comfortable spot right now. Really nice. And we're going to close our eyes and begin to slow your breathing, and then make sure your body is comfortable and relaxed. And then we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. Breathe, relax, release. Imagine we are standing, feet flat on the ground, looking up at the starlit night sky. In our hands, we hold a clear crystal quartz. It's a wand. Small light begins to glint from inside the crystal. Your body begins to feel light, and we are suddenly able to lift just off the ground by a foot and hover there. Breathe and rest. We now begin to ascend up into the night sky. We fly across North America to visit Root Chakra at Mount Shasta in California. This majestic mountain stands before us, also known as White Mountain, and is a stratovolcano. It has been an important structure to many indigenous tribes. You notice at the peak of the mountain that there is a similar bed of crystal to the wand. The wand we hold begins to flicker with bright light. You extend your arm and tap the wand to the peak of the crystal mountain. It is instantly illuminated, and a bright white column of light beams straight into the heavens. Breathe and rest. We now fly high above the ground again, from North America down into the sacred lands of Peru and Bolivia. Below us, we see the vast and beautiful waters of Lake Titicaca said to be the home of the Incas. This is Earth's sacral chakra. Once again, the wand illuminates in our hands. We gently reach down, touching the wand to the water. The entire body of water is illuminated in bright, brilliant light that reaches the entire water's surface. Breathe and rest. Again, we are lifting up high above the continents, and we carry on our way over to the continent of Australia. Coming into view is the massive red sandstone monolith of Uluru, sacred to the indigenous Australians. The formation of rock is thought to have formed around 550 million years ago. This is Earth's solar plexus chakra. The crystal wand now buzzes and is enveloped in bright white light. You reach down to touch the rock. The skies above change to an amazing amethyst color, and a purple storm clouds begin to roll in. Suddenly, a large strike of brilliant white lightning illuminates the sky, and the outer ridge of the rock is illuminated. Breathe and rest. Ascending up once again, we now fly over the continents to England, descending into the lush green region of Glastonbury. This is the heart chakra of Earth. This magical land includes the Chalice Well, rumored to be connected to the Holy Grail. We fly just past the well up the hill to the Tor. This tower structure is surrounded in myth and is associated with Avalon and the Arthurian legends. To the Celts, this is the home of the fairies. At this site, you see a flickering of small lights. First a few, then 10, then 50, then hundreds upon thousands. The fairies light up the sky. The wands begin to flicker, pointing it forward. A grid of light appears and connects to form an illuminated flower of life. Breathe and rest. Once again, we rise up into the air and fly far over the continent of Africa. As we descend into the land, we fly for what seems for like miles of desert, and then eventually arriving at the ancient lands of Egypt. Coming into view is a great pyramid and the Sphinx. You touch down softly on the ground between the two. The Great Pyramid is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, sacred to the ancient Egyptians. Again, the wand begins to flicker, and before you, the top of the pyramid illuminates, and again, a beam of solid white light shoots up into the heavens. Breathe and rest. We ascend one more time back into the sky, and this time returning once again to the lush green continent of England in Glastonbury. This is also the third eye chakra, yet it is elusive as it has no fixed location, but rather exists in both the ether and the earth. Here we stand by the Chalice Well and observe the well's cover. It is an intricate design of intertwined circles said to represent the Vesica Piscis, two interwoven worlds, that of earth, ether, and then new earth, all connected, representing both balance and creation. It is the balance of masculine and feminine energy. And in the center point of the cover, the 2 points begin to alight. And again, the wand lights up to match. But this time, a light descends from the heavens, from the ethers above, and beams down into the well to light the unseen. Breathe and rest. Ascending again high into the sky, and we fly over to the continent of China, ending where we began, at the top of a mountain. This time, deep in the heart of Tibet, at Mount Kailash. Sacred to the Buddhists, this mountain is said to be home of Lord Shiva. Shiva, along with Brahma and Vishnu, all have a role in the creation, destruction, and upkeep of the earth in a perpetual cycle. Shiva is known as the destroyer. Knowing that in order to truly transform into something better, the old system must be broken down. As we approach the mountain, Shiva reveals himself to us. This is the crown chakra of earth. The wand again illuminates and connects with a quartz crystal in the brow of Shiva's. Suddenly, a fire illuminates the mountain, and it burns out in a flash as quick as it began. From the embers and smoke, a phoenix arises and ascends to the heavens. All of the earth chakra points are now alight. The matrix is connected, and a soft, healing white light envelops all of the earth. We stand in awe of our travels and know in our hearts we have facilitated the change the world is needing. Breathe and rest. Pull the crystal wand now close to heart chakra. A soft and beautiful bubble of pink rose quartz light begins to envelop us. As it completely surrounds us, we float gracefully back now into our sacred space of meditation, coming back into your body. Again, breathing 3 times in through the nose and out through the mouth. Making sure you're feeling grounded and connected in your body and in your space. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. I hope that was a good meditation. I hope it helped work with you to work on whatever we're working on. I feel like we're all individually having our own sort of journey at the moment. So whatever is working for you. That meditation too is, I believe, in the playlist of meditations. So if you did want to do it again, instead of queuing up this whole thing, it's just in there by itself. So you could always do that again at another time. Let's do one more portal card to finish us up here and just see where we're at, where we're headed. Oop, that one fell out, jumped out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmission, Earth Intelligence. Yeah, so we're tuning into this current Earth to move us into new Earth. And new Earth is pretty much, it's already there. It's just figuring out the pathways and channels to get in there. So we'll work more with that over the next little bit. And yeah, I'm still working on the year read. It hasn't quite totally come together yet, so it will when it's meant to. And I will do a full read for the week because, yeah, this week I think we've got, I think energetically we don't have a lot, like, or astrologically we don't have a lot going on, but energetically it feels like it's going to be a pretty big week. So I will leave it there. Thanks for joining, even if you watch the replay, and we will see you next time. Take care of yourselves, and good night, and I love you.